Hey beautiful people, and you're welcome back to Better Stitches. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you guys on how to make a shoulder pleat wrap top with a pleated sleeve. And this is a beginner friendly. If you are new to my channel, you're welcome. Please make sure you click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so as to get notified once I upload a new video. So the first step, I'll be showing you guys my necessary material I'll be using for this video, which I'll be making use of my tape rule, my marker pen, a pair of scissors, and my master ruler. So I'm just going to set it aside and work with pattern papers. And here I'm having the front and back pattern paper, and I'm going to make this tutorial a very easy and simple one, so as for the beginners among us can also create this. So I'll be marking 1 inch downward. And that'll serve as my shoulder line. And I'm just going to label it the shoulder line. Now I'm going to divide my shoulder divided by 2 and add half an inch to it. My shoulder measurement is 7.5, and I'm going to add half an inch to it, making it 8 inch. So I'm going to mark the full 8 inch at the shoulder line. Then I'll be coming down at that 8 inch by 1 inch is again. That will serve as the shoulder slant. And at my neck width, I'll be making use of 3.5. And I'll be joining the points together. The shoulder slant and the neck width point, I'll be joining it together like so. Then I'll mark my armhole round, divide it by 2. And at the shoulder slant, I'll come down by 8 inch. Because after I divide my armhole, what I'm having is 8 inch. And I'm going to rule it horizontally like so. And I'll also rule it vertically as well. That will be a sort of guide when I'm creating my armhole shape. So guys, we'll be cutting this on fold. And the reason why I said we'll be cutting it on fold, later during the video I will explain the reason why we'll be cutting it on fold. I'll explain it to you when we get there. So now I'm going to take my shoulder to bust point measurement, which is 11. So from my shoulder point, I'll go down by 11 inch. And from my shoulder to my half length is 18. So I'll be marking 18. So I'll be ruling it vertically like so. So I'm going to label each line what it's meant for. I'll label it the bust line and the length. The bust line and the length. Because the half length will later become my length. That's how long I want it to be. So now I'm going to take my full body measurement. I'll divide my bust into 4. I'll divide my bust into 4 and add 1 inch. Now I'll be adding 1 inch sewing allowance. What I'm having at the bust line, the bust measurement, I'll go to my length and take the same measurement. I won't be taking my waist measurement for this. Again, whatever I have, whatever measurement I'm taking for the bust, I'll take it at my length as well, which is my waist. I won't be taking any waist measurement. And then I'm going to create my armhole curve. And to create that, I'll measure what I'm having at the horizontal line and I'll divide it into two. For the front armhole, I'll be going in by half an inch. I'll be going in by half an inch. And I'm going to create a curve. I'll create the armhole shape like so. This is just like making a basic bodice. So the beginners also can create this. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please make sure you give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you have anything I can add to the video, you can let me know in the comment section. So I'm just labeling what the armhole is, the side of the armhole rather, which is the front, and for the back armhole, I'm just going to make the armhole straight like that. I'm not going to create any measurement for that. Like I'm not going to take any half inch or in or out. I'll just do it like that. Then I'm going to be cutting it out. I'm just adding half an inch to it because I don't want to be adding the measurement on my fabric, so I just have an inch to the 1 inch measurement that I took before. So I'll be cutting it at the half an inch like so. So I won't be cutting the front armhole shape it for now because I want to use the front to cut the back. So I won't be cutting the front armhole now. I'm just going to cut the back armhole first. Then later I'll cut the front armhole curve. So I'm just cutting it out like so. And I'll place it on the back and use the front to cut the back. I'm just labeling it the front so I won't get it mixed up. Also make sure they are equal so that one won't be longer than one at the end of the day. Just trying to make sure they are equal at the down. They are the same length. Please take note of that. Make sure they are the same length so that you won't run into problem when you are cutting it on your fabric or when you are joining it together. So I'm just going to label it the back, which is the B. Then I'll work with the back and keep the front aside. So I just remember that I need to put the neck depth. So I input it to the back. Forgot to do that. So I'm just going ahead to do that now. And then I'll measure neck depth for the back. The neck depth I'll be using for the back is 2 inch. I'll be working with 2 inch for this tutorial, and I'll be using my master to connect the points together like so. And then I'll be cutting it out. So this is the back pattern, and this is how it came, and this is how I'll be cutting it out on my fabric. So I'm just going to input my green line and just sort of a guide to for me to know where is where, which one is which one, and I'm going to label it. I'm going to label it on fold. I'll be writing on fold on the pattern, so I know when I'm cutting, I'll just be cutting one piece, which I'll be cutting it on fold. So I'm just putting down that just now like so. I'm also going to write back pattern. That is the essence of the gray line. So I'm done with the back, and I'll keep it aside, then continue working with the front pattern. And now we'll be working with the front pattern. So guys, the reason why I said the pattern will be cut on fold is this, so that when I am opening it, it will be so very easy for me to cut out the wrap and without me joining any pattern paper. I hope you understand. So at the length of the other side of the folded part, I'll be going in by 2 inch. You can go as much as 1.5 depending on what you want, but as for me, I'll be working with 2 inch. I'll be stepping up by 2 inch, and from that 2 inch, I'm going to connect to the neck depth that I marked. I'm going to be connecting the 2 inch to the neck width, sorry. So I'm just using a dotted line using my free hand. I tried to use my master ruler, but I didn't get what I want, so I'm just going to trace out the dotted line and then also use my master ruler to connect it from that 2 inch step up to the midpoint of the pattern like so. So this is how it will be looking, and I'll be cutting it out. And this is what we have at the end of the day. And before we go into the splash and spread method, I'm going to indicate what I'm
Exclusive from
having, and I'm just going to add my green line before we get into the splash and spread. So now guys, you are now in the splash and spread method, and to get what I'll be splashing through, I'll divide what I have at the shoulder divided by 4. What I mean by that is what I'm having at my shoulder measurement, I'll be dividing it by 4, and that will be the distance between what I'll be cutting out. Like that will be the distance. What I'm having is 1.1. So that is what I'll be marking, 1.1 all around the shoulder. Like so, 1.1, 1.1, and 1.1. and then I'll be connecting it to the length of the pattern. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. The measurement I'm having at my shoulder measurement, I'll divide it by 4, and then I'll be marking what I'm having all through the measurement, then connect it to the down part of the length, pattern length or the blouse length. So I don't want to make any errors, so I have to mark and make sure my ruler is straight. Then I'll be connecting everything together. And I'll be labeling it. Guys, please make sure when you are doing your own, remember to label it, because if you do not label it, you will really run into problem, because you'll be looking for which one is which one and which one is which one, and it will really confuse you. So in order to avoid mistake, make sure you label it, or you put a mark that you remember this one is for this one and this one is for this one, so that you won't run into any problem. So now I'm cutting through, sorry. I'm separating the I'm separating it from the shoulder measurement all the way to I'm splashing through the pattern like so. I slashed the first one, the second one, the third one now. And then I'm going to be shaping the front armhole. You remember we did not shape it before. So now I'll be shaping the front armhole. That is what you are seeing me doing over here. Please, if you do not understand, please let me know at the comment section so that I can explain over and over again, please. So we are finished splashing the pattern, and then we are going to be spreading it on a fresh paper. So now I've grabbed a fresh paper and I'm going to spread all the pattern to it like so. I'm going to be spreading it. I'm going to take the first one and place it like this. Then I'll be securing it with my cell tape. This you will need a cell tape if you want to spread. So I'll be making use of a cell tape. I'll secure the first pattern with a cell tape. Then I'll be spreading each of the pattern by 2. Depending on what you want, you can go as far as 3, you can go as far as 4. But as for me, I'll be going to be spreading it by 2 inch. And then guys, remember I forgot to rule the length, sorry. So you will rule out the length so that you will not run into any problem. After ruling out the length on a fresh pattern paper, then I'll be spreading each of the cutouts. Remember what we cut out on the shoulder, I'll be spreading it by 2/1 inch each. I'll be spreading it by 2 to all the 4 splash that we do at the shoulder. I'll be spreading it by 2. You can spread yours as much as you want, as much as the volume you want. Even you can go as much as 5, depending on what you want. Guys. But as for me, I'll be working with 2. Then I'm going to trace everything out. I'm going to trace the armhole first. Then guys, remember to secure the armhole side so that it won't be moving all around. I'm just using my cell tape to secure it all around like so. And I'm going to grab my master ruler and straighten the length. And I'll be cutting it out. So I'm going to grab my master ruler and straighten the shoulder as well like so. I'll shape the down part as well. So to join the front shoulder to the accurate shoulder measurement, I'll be grabbing the back and I'll be making the pleat to sort of be equal with the back shoulder. So I'm going to separate the two. Now guys, this is our official front pattern and this is how we'll be cutting it out on our fabric. I'm just indicating my green line and I'll also be labeling it the front line and how many I'm going to be cutting out on my fabric. So this is our front. I'll go ahead and do the sleeve now. So to begin with the sleeve, I'll grab my front pattern and mark my armhole, what I'm having at my armhole. I'll check what I'm having at my armhole. I'm having 10.2. Firstly, I'll cut out this fresh paper because I'll be leading it and I'll keep it aside. Then I'm going to be marking the 10.2 I mark at the round armhole of the front. So I'll roll it horizontally like so and then cut it out. I'll also be ruling it vertically as well, sorry. And the reason why I'm marking it vertically as well now is just because so that I will not get mistaken, I want to indicate that this is my 10.2 of an inch, 10.2 inch. Then at that 10.2 inch, I'll be coming down by 5 inches. Then I'll measure my round sleeve measurement, sorry. I'll divide it to 2 and I'll connect it to the 5-inch point like so. And then I'll be drawing a lazy curve from the 10-inch like so. I'll connect it to the 5-inch step down and then I'll cut it out. I'm just reshaping it like this. and then I'll mark what I'm having at my round sleeve measurement, and I'll divide it into 4. Whatever I have, it will be the distance, just like the way we did for the front pattern. So I'll be marking what I have. What I'm having is quarter to 2, so I'm marking quarter to 2 like so, and I'm going to be rolling it up. And then I'll label it. Always remember to label whatever you have, so that you won't run into any problem. So I'll splash through. Just slashing it like so. I'm having 6, so I'm slashing all the 6. Then I grab a fresh pattern paper, and then I'll be securing it with my cell tape. Then also I'll be spreading it by 2 inch. I'll be spreading it by 2 inch. Spreading it by 2 inch. All the 6 pattern that I slash, I'll be spreading it by 2 from number 1 to number 6. And guys, remember to always rule the length so it will be equal. Then I found out that my pattern paper was not enough, so I'll grab another fresh pattern and then join it like so. I'll continue to spread the pattern that I slashed. Depending on the volume you want, guys, you can go as much as 3. I told you earlier, you can go as much as 4, depending on the volume you want. And please, if you have any question, do let me know at the comment section. I will attend to anything you want, even if it's not on this style. If you have any other style you want me to recreate, I'm available. Tracing the sleeve shape out like so, and then with the help of my master ruler, I'll be connecting the armhole, the round armhole measurement like so. When I'm cutting it out on my fabric, I'll be adding my sleeve measurement because I just managed this pattern paper. It wasn't enough to my length. So when I'm cutting it out of my fabric, I'll be adding enough length to it.
letting you go.
So this is our sleeve pattern, and this is how I'll be cutting it out on my fabric. I also indicate my green line, and I'm writing what I'll be doing on my fabric so I won't get any error at the end of the day. Please, as a friendly reminder, always label when you are splashing and you are spreading so you won't run into any problem. So this is the pattern, and we've come to the end of today's tutorial. If you really enjoyed this video, please make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing the part 2, which is the sewing tutorial. I really hope you enjoy this video. If you have any question, you can drop it down in the comment section. I'll be expecting your question in the comment section below. We have come to the end of today's video. Bye. Thank you for choosing Betty Stitches.